Alright guys, I wanted to do this quick video on the NOCO cigarette lighter extender, 12 volt extender. And the reason I got this was to be able to pump up from my TV, my tow vehicle. The only thing is, and I'm using this pump too, which is great. I love this thing. It actually goes to the pressure you want it. You just, hook it up, turn it on, goes to the pressure you want it, shut down. The only thing about it is you got to watch it. It can possibly overheat. It's a slime. Anyhow, yeah, I got the extension, as you can see here, runs all the way from in here. Get enough distance. And I tried doing it from the front when it was basically in the hooked up position, and it just was not long enough to reach the trailer tires, which is kind of a bummer. I might actually try and get a longer one or buy a second one to extend it even further, because if you're hooked up and you had to blow one of these up, it'd be big pain to unhook, and not a big pain, but be an inconvenience for sure. But anyhow, yeah, just wanted to do this quick video of the extender, the 12 volt cigarette lighter extender, and pump, slime pump, which this thing I've used a few times now, and you have to be kind of careful with it. It's great, like what it does when it goes to, what pressure you want it, essentially. But again, the downside is it can overheat, and that's an issue. Pretty cool though. It's got a light on the front. I think it's got a light on the front. Thought it had a light on the front. There we go. There we go. Light on the front. So, not super bright, but that's where the batteries go too. I was just reading it. So, anyhow, quick video, slime pump with the extender. Show other people doing it. If you have any ideas on it, please comment below. Quick video on disconnecting. Just put these two new, I guess you could say, jack stand, jack block. That's what it's officially called by Anderson. We were using the leveling blocks, which are just kind of, they're like a Lego looking thing. That's I'll include a picture of it. It just wasn't cutting it. That's why it's really important to use the checklist when going through things, because we did have a time where we didn't necessarily follow procedure. And the procedure is, when you set up, is really to chock before you ever attempt disconnecting here, because if you're not level, it can be a real problem. So I'll include the checklist. Matter of fact, I'll put a picture of it here, and then you can also check the description for it. But hold on one second, I'm going to grab the keys and show you the rest of the process here. Hopefully you guys can see that this time. Taking this lock off again. That's the new. I can hold on to things. Too big of a wad of keys. So, kind of reversed the process from yesterday. That's probably not the right key. I think it looked like that. Oh, this is fun. Oh, yeah. Looks similar to the other one, that's why. It's a problem when you get too many keys going on too much stuff, but it's better to have stuff locked than not. Again, start turning the entire assembly here, and you can see that starting to separate. It's a little tricky, but again, I just wanted to include it to show you the whole process here. I am chocked already. So what I'd like to do is take that off as well. See if I can kind of do this one-handed. Take your power off. I'll tuck that in a minute. Chains. And I'm going to set this back over here. Hopefully you guys can see me taking the equalizer off. I'm going to take it up a little bit more first. So you hit the extender. You can hear it coming up. A little bit of the pressure off, and I'll try and take the bars off. About right there. These bars just kind of slide off here, like so. Same thing. Take that off. I put them on the bumper, so I remember to put them away and slide the bar off at this point. Now the newer trailer is nice because I noticed there's a spot to actually tuck these. Otherwise, you end up just tucking it back in here, which is okay, but it's not really protected. I try and tuck it at least underneath the gas. And that's part of the reason I'm unhooking today, because I'm going to go fill up one of these gas tanks. And I think it's this one right here. Do that in a minute. Alright, the bars are free, so I'm going to keep going up. Again, it is chocked. Extend. You want to extend. I always mix those up because I don't do this all the time. That's the problem when you especially if you do it every month or so. It's just not enough to, if you did it every day, it's a different story, right? But, okay, so you can see it's working on it. It's laboring, so it's trying to come off the truck. This is where the part gets a little hairy if you're not level and if you don't have your chocks in, but you can see it's already trying to drift on me a little bit. But as long as you're sure you're level and got your chocks in, you got to trust it at that point. And there it goes, it's coming free. If it's your first time doing it, it takes some just confidence of hopefully videos like this and others, knowing that trust the process. Now sometimes if you're not totally level, sometimes it's hard at some of the parks, but get as level as you can. Use leveling blocks under the tires, and do the best you can to get it near level, because it'll help this process when you actually come off there. But then you put this lock mechanism back down. sure somebody knows the name of that. I'll put it on the text there on the screen. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll tuck these chains in. You know, obviously put the lock back on. I won't bore you with all that. And then I'll continue it here again in a second when I take the propane bottle off. Alright guys, got it back on there. Got it locked up. That lock is a little tough on this one, just because it's pretty thick right in here. My last trailer didn't have that so much, these parts. So it makes it kind of tough to get it on there. You can do it, it just takes a little bit of work. So anyhow, let's get the propane tank off. So you just start up here. And this piece actually is not, the whole thing is spinning, which is not supposed to be. Hold on one second. Okay, I had to screw the whole shaft mechanism back down right here. You guys can see that. It became loose, so it goes all the way down to the bottom. So I had to screw that whole shaft back in. So in theory, you should be able to, how it works is, you should be able to take this off and holds, that bar holds in there. The whole bar is not supposed to come out, and that's what felt weird to me. So take that off, take the cover off, which again, definitely seen better days. So it's just brittle, I think, from the sun and everything else. It's, you can see it's cracked. I'll definitely be ordering it. How's it going?
I always see your trailer parked here.
Yeah, guy just stopped at the same truck. There he goes. Yeah, exact same truck. He asked me how it tows and everything. So here's a better look at that lock I was talking about, and just wraps all the way through here and just secures it down back through the frame. So pretty simple, I mean, as far as what it is. Anyhow, so I'm going to take this. This is the one I know is lower. How these work, again, I assume everybody's kind of a beginner. For whatever one gas you want on, you turn this to that side, and it turns either green, which is that side I know is active right now. There's a little knob here. Now this is for this setup. Other ones may be different, you know, not claiming to be an expert here, but this is just how this setup works. And you turn it to this side and it's off. It should, well, still showing full, but when this is empty, if it was turned to this side, it would show red. So I know we were using that side. It was turned over there. I'm gonna turn off the gas. And give me a minute, I gotta unlock the lock. Then this comes up and it disconnects right here. You get it. It's a little finagling. Need to get a better camera setup because some of this stuff's hard to do with one hand. Set you down again. Yeah, that's the theory though. This is supposed to come up. I just need another hand. Okay, that is off there now. So you unscrew this. Unscrew the pipe and make sure it's off. That's it. And then you take it off and go fill it. So, I'll probably, guys, I don't think anybody's really interested in see how it's going back on, and want to bore you with that. It's just reversing this process, but just make sure this all gets secured back on and tight. And if you do have a lock, you know, lock it back up. I'll do the inside here after I get back from filling it. And the nylon recovery hook instead of steel. These are rated pretty good. Supposedly a little safer than the steel recovery hooks, shackles. Hey guys, want to do this quick video on the Rhino Ultimate Tow Recovery Strap. This is part of my recovery gear. You know, God forbid, but it happens, you know. I know myself, years ago, we got stuck in the sand, and it was a strap that pulled us out. Not a chain.